Hey everyone, and welcome back to our homestead. Today I'm going to be showing you a few breakfast ideas that are pretty quick and easy and that you can make with just a very few simple ingredients at home. So some of you may be at home for the next several weeks and you may have kids at home with you too. I'm going to show you some things that are simple and can get breakfast on the table pretty quickly. Stay tuned this week though. You want to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications, because later on in the week I'm going to be doing a lunch video, I'm going to do a dinner video, and we're even going to have one for snacks. So this is our breakfast edition of some easy meals for you. Alright, the first thing I'm going to start with is eggs. And this may sound simple, but some people don't know how to cook them. And I'm going to show you two ways. We're going to do a fried egg and we're going to do a scrambled egg. And I cook in cast iron, so the first thing that I think is most important is that you have to get your cast iron really hot so that food doesn't stick, but you also need to make sure you're working with a seasoned cast iron pan. Now if you don't have cast iron, that's fine. You can use any pan to do these recipes. I want these to be something that you can cook no matter what equipment you have in your kitchen. So let's get started. Now I'm using eggs that we have from our chickens outside. You can get eggs cheap at the store, but if you run in the store and they're out of eggs, this might be a good time to talk to your local farmer or talk to a local neighbor that might have chickens and have extra eggs for sale. You can pick up some eggs there and they'll be really good quality also if the store is running low. The first egg we're going to do is a fried egg. Now my pan is already hot and I've already put coconut oil in there. And first thing you're going to do is just crack your egg in the pan and let it sit. So some people like their eggs with a runny yolk, some people like them with a hard yolk in the middle. It's completely up to you, but I have found, especially with cast iron, if you let your food sit without touching it for the first little bit and then flip it once it's close to being done, it doesn't stick nearly as bad. So here's our first fried egg. Now before I flip my egg, sometimes you might want to give it a little check. If it's coming up easily, then you know it's ready to flip. Now, I like my egg yolk pretty done, so I'm going to cook mine a little longer than some people might. And once your egg is done to your liking, whoop, I just punctured my yolk there. You can just take it out. Now let's talk about what are you going to do with this egg. Well, I have some guacamole. You can just put on the top a little guac. You can use salsa. People like mustard. You can just eat it with salt and pepper. It'd be great with like a plate of greens beside it. Do like some spinach. It also would be a great choice to put some spinach on your plate and have like a green salad with your egg in the morning. And that's a really simple and easy breakfast. Now I'm going to show you how to cook a scrambled egg, because sometimes my kids like scrambled eggs. And you can easily do cheese with those. You can add in spinach and you can add in lots of different vegetables, or you can even make an omelet. But I'm going to show you a scrambled egg now. So just like with the fried egg, you want to get your pan nice and hot. And I'm going to melt a little bit of coconut oil before we start scrambling our egg. And then to scramble an egg, you're just going to move it around in the pan. You can even scramble this and then dump it in the pan also. But I usually just only want to dirty up one dish, so I just do it in the pan. And you can see with your pan being hot, this goes pretty quickly. So there you go, your egg is already scrambled. Alright, so that's 2 eggs done pretty quickly, 1 fried, 1 scrambled. You could easily add fruit with that or add a like a spinach salad with it, and it is a very easy and healthy breakfast. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to do oatmeal. Alright, so for oatmeal, I'm going to start with just old-fashioned rolled oats. Now I buy these in bulk at our local like Amish store, but you can buy rolled oats at the grocery store also. So I'm just going to start with 1 cup of rolled oats. And to that, I'm going to add a cup of water and a cup of milk. Now, if you go to the grocery store and things are getting low, you can use just water. You don't have to put milk in these. The milk to me just makes them a little bit creamier. And I've got milk from Miss Buttercup, but you can use your milk from the store. Now I'm just gonna add a cup of milk in here. Now at this point, seasoning wise is kind of up to you. I do a little bit of cinnamon, a little salt, and then when we serve them, I'll drizzle a little honey over them. And sometimes the kids like chocolate chips on theirs too. But what we're gonna do right now is just bring this up to a boil, and then we're gonna let it simmer for just about 3 to 5 minutes. Here's our cinnamon. I'll just do a few shakes. And a dash of salt. And it usually helps if you turn on the stove. Ah! You wanna give them a stir every once in a while they're cooking. And right now, I'm just waiting for them to come up to a boil. So now you can tell that they've come to a boil. They're just kind of simmering. And really all you're doing now is waiting for the liquid to absorb and kind of get to the consistency that you like. You want to make sure your oats are cooked, of course, but just kind of get to the consistency that you like. And they are pretty much done. The fun part now is you get to add some toppings. So 2 of my kiddos have differing tastes when it comes to their oatmeal. One wants a little drizzle of honey with a little bit of raisins on it. These are just organic raisins. And then the other one wants chocolate chips, and I just buy organic 72% cacao chocolate chips. And I'll give him a few of those. And if you don't already buy organic chocolate chips, this is a really great brand. These come from Kroger, but they're only unsweetened chocolate, organic cane sugar, and organic cocoa butter. So there isn't any soy lecithin in them or any other thing. So that's a really good brand if you're looking for chocolate chips. So that's oatmeal. And now the last thing we're gonna do is some pancakes. All right, so for pancakes, the first thing I do is start a little bit of butter, about 3 tablespoons in my cast iron pan. And this kind of serves 2 purposes. So not only is it getting my pan coated with oil, but it's also melting the butter that I'm gonna need in the pancakes. A little time-saving tip for you there. All right, so we're gonna start with our flour first. Now we buy our flour in bulk, and this is just a soft, I buy a soft white wheat pastry flour, organic, but you can do this with all-purpose flour too. It works just fine. You're gonna start off with 1½ cups of flour. You're gonna start with baking powder. I make mine, but regular baking powder is fine. And you just wanna use 3½ teaspoons. And then I'm gonna use a teaspoon of salt. Now this is Redmond's real salt, but you can use whatever you have. A pink Himalayan salt is great too. And then you want a tablespoon of sugar, or you can use honey. You want a tablespoon of that, and I just had a teaspoon in my hand, so I just used 3 teaspoons. It's about equal to a tablespoon. So, and then you're gonna use 1 egg. Add in your melted butter. And then you just need 1 cup of milk. So it just takes a minute to get everything stirred up, and now you're ready to put your pancake batter in the pan. Again, make sure your pan is hot, and you don't have to have cast iron, just a regular frying pan. And this is just where I melted the butter before I put it in the pancake batter. So you can make your pancakes as big or as small as you'd like. Get them cooking. Once they start bubbling up a little bit, then you can flip them. Add fruit. We're gonna add a few little chocolate chips to ours. So once you start seeing little air bubbles pop here, you'll know that it's about time to flip your pancake. And there's your pancake. So that's 3 really simple recipes. You've got oatmeal, you've got eggs, and pancakes. Now there's other breakfast foods too that are pretty easy, like bacon or sausage. You can do smoothies, which we do those a lot with just fruit, yogurt, and some milk. Blend it up in the blender. And that's a really quick and easy breakfast also. Don't forget, these are things that, especially with pancakes, you can freeze these. So you can make a really big batch and then stick them in the freezer so that you're not having to cook pancakes every time you need to pull them out. And especially right now, if you're gonna be at home for a while, go on and make a big batch, throw them in the freezers. You could have pancakes maybe on Monday, and then next Monday you'd already have them in the freezer. You could pull them out the night before and then just pop them in the oven to warm them up. You can also do the same thing with smoothies, like make a head and then put them in the freezer and then pull them out. And then also with eggs, you can make little egg cups where you put like the egg in the muffin tin and you can top it with vegetables and cheese, cook those, and you can also freeze those. So these are things that you can make in bigger batches and then freeze and put away and then pull out later, so you still have food later on. So like cook once and then you can eat for multiple times. I hope these have helped you. They're so simple and easy, and I also went with really cheap ingredients so that those of you that may be laid off right now and have a lot of kids at home, you still have to feed everyone, just know we're praying for you, and I really hope all of this will pass pretty quickly, that kids can get back into school, everyone can get back to work, and that this just may be a learning time for us also, that we can cook at home, even though with the restaurants closing down, you know, it might be your only choice right now. So these are just some simple recipes that you could fix, or even your teenager could fix. If you've got little kids at home, and you are still able to go to work, you could leave this something for a teenager to cook for little kids at home also. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe. Keep washing your hands, and we'll get you next time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give our video a thumbs up, and we'll see you next time right here at Cram Farms.